Almost everything in the physical universe follows a strict thermal rule. As matter cools, it loses kinetic energy. The atoms slow down, pack more tightly together, and the overall volume shrinks. Because those atoms are packed closer together, the solid phase of a material is denser than its liquid phase. This means that in almost every single case we observe, a solid will sink when placed in its own liquid. But water is a rare exception to this law. Instead of shrinking and sinking as it freezes, ice expands and floats. This contradiction of standard thermodynamics is the reason our planet is able to support life. If water mirrored the properties of other common substances, the physical cycles of every lake and ocean would follow a different, far more hostile logic. For a while, water actually follows the rules. As it cools from room temperature, it contracts normally, becoming denser and denser, but only until the thermometer hits exactly 4 degrees Celsius. This graph tracks volume as temperature drops. We see a downward curve until 4 degrees, then an upward turn. Approaching zero, volume increases 9%. Because this mass takes up more space, density plummets, allowing solid water to float. This density drop is a glitch in the expected behavior of matter. To see why water reverses its own contraction, we have to look at how these molecules interact at the atomic level. Zooming in, a water molecule has a distinct V shape. It is polar, meaning it has a negatively charged oxygen head and 2 positively charged hydrogen ears. This creates a magnetic-like attraction called a hydrogen bond. In its liquid state, water is a high-energy swarm. These bonds constantly break and reform, allowing molecules to slide, fill interstitial spaces, and collapse into a dense cluster. This dense molecular packing is the primary reason liquid water takes up significantly less physical space than solid ice. But as the temperature drops to 0 degrees Celsius, that chaotic kinetic energy drains away. Eventually, the molecules are moving so slowly that they can no longer overpower the magnetic pull of their neighbors. At freezing, the molecules lock into a rigid, geometric tetrahedral lattice. Inside this structure are large hexagonal voids. This trapped empty space causes a 9% volume expansion, forcing the water to occupy a larger area. Mapping this open geometry was a landmark achievement for structural chemists like Linus Pauling. Models like this visualize why solid water is so spacious. Ice's buoyancy is a direct consequence of this increased volume. The water molecules remain the same, but they occupy a much larger physical area because of the empty space trapped within that rigid lattice. When we scale this microscopic behavior up to the size of a lake, the density anomaly becomes a planetary survival mechanism. As the winter air cools a body of water, the densest water, which sits at exactly 4 degrees Celsius, sinks to the very bottom. This cross-section shows the resulting temperature gradient. The heavy 4-degree water stays at the bottom, while the lighter 0-degree water rises. Because the coldest water is at the surface, an ice sheet forms across the top, creating a protective lid from the freezing air. This reverse thermal stacking prevents the lake from freezing from the bottom up. It keeps the deeper water liquid, even in the harshest climates. This floating ice cap acts as a physical barrier. It insulates the water below, preventing the freezing atmosphere from stripping away the remaining heat. This insulation maintains a stable 4-degree environment at the bottom. It allows aquatic life to enter a state of dormancy or torpor, surviving the winter in the liquid water beneath the shield. Globally, the immense mass of glaciers and polar ice depends on this same property, floating on the surface and protecting the chemistry of deep oceans. The survival of Earth's biosphere through the winter is made possible by this single microscopic glitch, a molecular snap that traps empty space to create a planetary shield.